October 10th, plane lands on highway.
You know, you see more and more people trying highway landings these days. There's a right way and a wrong way to do them. So if you're landing on I-5, 405, or the Issaquah-Hobart Road, follow these simple steps. First, check for traffic.
Check.
Check for power lines.
Check.
Get the landing lights on.
Check.
And then just bring her in.
Captain, are the landing gear down?
Huh?
Almost Live is next, following this news roundup. This concludes News Roundup. And now, here he is, saddled and ready to ride. Keister.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you, really. Well, gosh. You know, this has got to be one of the proudest weeks of my life. I'm very proud, and you know what? We should all be proud because the readers of Condé Nast Travel magazine, actually it's Traveler magazine, I guess, there's an R there, voted Seattle as one of the best cities to visit in the country. As a matter of fact, we came in second. San Francisco was first. The deciding factor being that in San Francisco you can see professional baseball. But, you know, still, we're number 2 in the country, and I'm proud. And, you know, the magazine listed some of the reasons tourists like to visit Seattle. We thought we'd like to share some of them with you. For example, people like to visit Seattle because it's a convenient stopover on the way to Bremerton, the most livable city in the nation. A lot of them read a complimentary article about the area in Bingo Today. Another reason, our sewers are big and clean. Many of them also have the mistaken impression that we still hand out free brides. Fish. Lots of fish. Also, sometimes you can turn left on a red light in Seattle. And finally, they want to visit a town where people still wear bell-bottoms, and it's not a joke. Those are just a few of the reasons why they like us so much. You know, and another reason why people like to come here is that we have such interesting people here. Interesting, multifaceted, multi-talented people, like this guy.
Coming soon to local television.
Young girl, get out of my mind.
Yeah, Gary Pocket and the Union Gal from the summer of '68. Young girl, get out of here.
He's America's greatest radio personality.
Music power. We've got Grassroots, Monkeys, Iron Butterfly, Lulu.
But when the air shift ends, his real job begins. He's DJ Waiter.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the restaurant. I'm your server tonight, Randy Scott. It's about 68 degrees in here. Very comfortable. About 22 minutes past the hour right now. In just a minute, I'm going to be bringing out the top 5 specials off tonight's menu. But before I do that, can I start you with something?
Brandy? Brandy,
good choice. 1973 Looking Glass Solid Gold.
He's the king of the culinary.
Okay, everybody, I'm back at you. Randy Scott with you on a good-looking evening. About 35 minutes past the hour, you've had a chance to look over the menus and make your selections. What's it gonna be?
I think we'd like to start things off with the calamari.
Calamari, number 1 this week.
Send out some calamari, Ted.
How about an entree, sir?
I think I'll have the boneless tenderloin of pork.
The boneless tenderloin of pork.
How about you, ma'am? What'll it be?
Would you make a recommendation?
Yes, for quality auto repairs and free estimates, go to Larry's Auto Repair, corner of 5th and Cherry in downtown Seattle. It's about 36 past the hour.
I'll have the chicken, Dimitri.
Chicken Dimitri, good choice. Chicken Dimitri, Ted, get it on the grill, baby.
He's a bon appetit, Boss Jock.
Okay, folks, here it is. Randy Scott bringing you your food. I think you'll find your soup is delicious and a balmy 92 degrees right on the button. Yes, indeed. Can I give you some fresh ground pepper with that salad, sir?
Yeah, a little bit would be fine.
All right. You say when.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah, but you didn't say when. Randy Scott playing a little joke on you.
Look, bud, we're going to eat our meal now, and we don't want to see you until it's time to bring the bill.
Time to bring the what?
The bill.
Bill, by request, here it is, the fifth dimension.
Randy Scott, he only seeks to serve.
Okay, folks, here are those coffees you order. By the way, 15% is the customary gratuity. Don't feel limited to that. Randy Scott with you. Hey, I got to get out of here. Scott Shannon is coming your way next, so I'll be saying arrivederci, Roma and ciao. Green lights and blue skies for you and yours, and may all your problems be teeny-weeny ones. By the way, can I get you something with your coffee?
Sugar.
Pardon me?
Sugar. Sugar?
Solid gold.
You'll get your lumps when Randy Scott is DJ Waiter.
How about a piece of pie?
Okay, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back with comedian Jake Johansson. Right back. My guest this evening has been with us before. We're always glad to have him back. He's been performing all this week at Swanee's Comedy Underground, and you can see him on Late Night with David Letterman on October 26th. Please welcome Jake Johansson.
Thanks very much. I'm Jake. Nice to be here in the land of feedback, and I'm doing pretty good. I've been having some bad dreams lately. I had one recently about my toes. Where I dreamt that the second toe was longer than the big toe, and it gets worse. I know that some people even have this, all right, but I mean it was really longer, like about 1.5 inches, which for me is an unprecedented toe growth spurt. So in the dream, I complain to my father, who says no problem, and he goes to the kitchen and comes back with this big knife. I don't know why I trust him. And he lines my feet up next to each other and just chops the toes right off. And it hurt. So I said something like, "Wah!" And then, the most unbelievable part of the dream, he goes, "Oh, sorry." Like I'm supposed to believe it was an accident or something. I mean, after he went to the kitchen special for the big knife, and then he lines my feet up next to each other so he can do them both at once, like it's a shortcut trick he learned on This Old House or something. And, "Oh, sorry." Then he says, "Oh, don't worry, we'll go to the hospital." And he runs to get my mom and my sister, because now we're all going. It's a family trip to the hospital. Meanwhile, I'm trying to stick the toe pieces back on, and I can't remember which one goes on which foot. You know, it's hard to tell them apart once they're rolling around loose like that. And so I don't know what to do. Finally, I just throw them away, you know. Heck with those, I say, wildly, as is my fashion. And but as soon as they hit the trash, I realize, the toenails are on there. Yeah, I need the toenails, or I'll look stupid at the beach. So now, right, because the toenails are really what gives you that contact with your feet. Once a month, you go down to trim your toenails, and that's just your way of saying, "Hey, I care." So now, I'm fishing them out of the trash, and there's coffee grounds are stuck all over them. And I told you it was a nightmare. And then my dad starts honking the horn in the driveway. Let's go, we're going for you, for crying out loud, honk, honk. And I have to rinse my toe pieces, Father. And so I wash them off, and I put them in this olive jar, which my mom saves those for just such an occasion. And then, of course, there's no ice to pack them in because no one fills the tray in my dream. So I am plagued with these weird, and then the weirdest dream I ever had, I dreamt I was in the jungle with these guys. Half of the guys are my friends, except in the dream. Oh, I don't know who they are. It's like some dream extras playing the part of my friends. And they're them. And then the other half of the guys are these native guys in the jungle, and they're making some snack in a big frying pan. I don't know where they get a nice pan like that in the jungle. But that's what I wonder now. At the time, I'm thinking, nice pan. Because well, I'm trying to suck up, I want some of the snack. And so they're cooking, it's some kind of meat, and nothing is sticking. It really is a good pan. And so then they're passing around, everybody's having some, and I ask, well, what is it? And the one guy says, human flesh. Yeah, which I would never eat in, waking time. But in the dream, I try it. I think my dad strikes again with his, at least taste everything. So I didn't taste it, though. I woke up. I think it was a dream control center panic. Like there's guys in white lab coats in my brain going, what do we make it taste like? I can't believe he's eating it. Bring him out of it. So I wake up with this feeling like I got a mouthful of human flesh, which never good. Then I had to believe afterwards that the dream guys were probably pretty mad at the guy who said human flesh, right? For improvising off the written script. You should have said chicken, then we could have gone on the boat ride, but no. Human flesh, very funny. You're going to have a non-speaking part in the next dream, mister. Why don't you go put the bear suit on right now? Anyway, thank you very much.
Very funny stuff. Obviously, a very disturbed man. Or actually, you're very disturbing dreams.
I am disturbed. I'm much more comfortable now that you're here.
Thank you.
To join me.
Yeah.
I have this recurring dream also in the dream trilogy, where there's a guy chasing me with a knife. Do you get that dream?
Oh yeah. Every once in a while, yeah. And you can't move.
Probably the same guy.
Yeah.
Well, I run away from him, but I always wake up right before he stabs me, because I'm worried that he would kill me in the dream.
Right.
In waking time, I know that's ridiculous, right? The dream guy wouldn't kill me, because then what would happen to him? See, I got him on a technicality right there.
Yeah, no, that
they
makes
won't
sense.
kill you. They'll chase you all night, but they won't kill you. That's
because if they do kill you,
then they're done.
Yeah, and then there's something about if they kill you in color, then you're insane. So that's a whole different thing.
I insist on black and white for all my dreams. Stylistic,
it's
reasons.
a nice stylistic touch.
Yeah.
Speaking of stylistic touches,
okay,
let's see, where are we going like that?
I almost tripped myself.
No. I understand that you also guys from LA, you just bought a house in LA, which I think is a major feat. It's a huge deal up here, but down there, I mean, it's got to be, a gigantic accomplishment.
Well, first you get hooked up with a real estate broker, and then it's really downhill from there. If you want him to stop doing the thing to your arm, you have to buy something. And so I bought this house, and it's got fleas in it because the person who lived there before me had 5 cats. And they didn't take all their fleas with them. So then I have 1 cat, so there's really too many fleas on my cat. Right, and the problem is they jump on my ankles, and that it's hard not to feel like a loser with fleas jumping on your ankles. And so so you can feel them, and then you try and catch them, and sometimes you get one, but you don't know if you have one, so you squeeze really hard like you're going to kill it, and then you open your fingers and boing, jumps right off. It doesn't even seem to psychologically bother them to be. I mean, that would drive me nuts.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a helpful hint before you go. I found you hold them, you fill the sink with water and drown them.
Hold them under?
Hold them under, watch them down. That's our hint from Heloise this week, and you can see
Thanks very
Jake
much.
one more day at Swanee's, and thanks a lot, Jake. Come back
My
anytime.
pleasure.
Okay, Jake. All right.
They're the people who really run this country.
Hey, you guys, I got this great accounts receivable joke. See, there's this
You
secretary.
work with them every day.
Great memo, Mr. Deppa.
And now, they're the hit of the TV season.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, look, we need to take a meeting.
Yeah, maybe after break.
Oh, I'm getting another call. Can you hold? Yeah.
They're the ineffectual middle management suck-ups. Tonight, on the ineffectual middle management suck-ups.
Steve, will you please shut the window? Thank you. Okay, team. Top management says they want a solution to the employees' strike by today. They want it solved quickly before things turn violent. Anybody have any ideas? Bill.
Okay, I just don't think we need to take these threats of violence seriously. These people out there, they don't want to hurt us. These are good people. They just want to be loved. That's why I've come up with these praise cards, see? Every time an employee does a good job, then you give him or her one of these praise cards. Praise cards, see? Bill? Hey, don't interrupt him. Remember your verbal manners workshop?
Look, there's a rock with a note on it.
What's it say? Dear ineffectual middle management suck-ups, we want a good contract now. We've just rolled one of your BMWs. The Saab 9000 is next, and then we come after you.
Ooh, Saab. Hey, that's a great car. Who owns that car?
I just got it on Tuesday.
Oh,
It's got turbo.
Oh.
how does it handle?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Man.
I think he might be hurt here.
Bob, let's stay on task, okay? I think the time is right for brainstorming, everybody. Brainstorming, right? Brainstorming ideas. Let's end the strike. Any ideas on that? Ed?
We need to set target parameters for employee input on birthday parties.
And we need to ratchet up the benefits package and the coffee pot cleanup negotiations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's push the envelope some and get them some cloth towels in the employee washrooms.
Great idea.
Free pony rides, maybe.
I really think he needs some medical attention.
Say, Bill, does that pony ride idea include the management, or is that just for the workers?
Yeah.
Well, now, these are all really good ideas. I've got them all down here, and I'm going to make copies for everybody.
The copy machine is broken.
What, again?
Again.
Oh.
How am I going to disseminate information?
I have an idea. Look, we all have fax machines, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's easy then. You fax the information to me, I'll fax it to Ed, Ed, you can fax it to Tracy, and what we'll do is we'll build a fax tree.
That's a great idea. Good job, Bill. Good job.
Next week on the ineffectual middle management suck-up.
This one's from the strike leader. It says 2 more hours without a contract, and they're going to torch the place.
2 hours. That gives us just enough time for lunch?
Yeah.
Whisper Chinese?
Hey, I'm
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Seattle Public Schools proudly announced last week that this year's enrollment exceeded projections by over 3,000 students. They have to rescind that statement this week when it was discovered that they had simply added wrong. Forbes magazine lists several Washingtonians among the top 400 wealthiest Americans. The top 3 from Washington State were Bill Gates and Paul Allen of Microsoft, and the guy with the beer concessions at the Kingdome. Last week, a 14-year-old junior high school boy in Tacoma shot himself in the foot during a PE class. He got a C. As it turns out, the Hanford radioactive water leak is much more extensive than officials first feared, but Tri-Cities residents say that that'll just only make their vegetables that much tastier. Nike is suing Etonic, another shoe company, over the illegal use of the word air. Further lawsuits are planned against every human being on the face of the earth. Readers of Condé Nast Travelers magazine voted Alaska Airlines the best airline in the country. In a similar poll, Metro was chosen as best bus system by Annoying Lunatic magazine. There was a massive power failure in Seattle this week. King TV News went off the air for nearly an hour. During the outage, King received over 300 phone calls, 200 of which wanted to know, whatever happened to Jeff Renner? Chip Hanauer has retired from unlimited hydro racing. Now he plans to go into stock car racing. Eventually, he wants to move on and land a job where he doesn't have to always turn left. After 2 straight Pac-10 losses, the Washington State Cougars football team has this weekend off. Even though there's no game, the Cougars are still rated at 4-point underdogs. Finally, Sonic guard Dale Ellis will serve 60 hours of community service for his DWI conviction. Ellis's service includes a stint as a van pool driver, a lecture to bartenders on how to say no to a 6'7" athlete, and painting the phrase, "Oh my God, look out," on freeway on-ramp dividers. This has been the Johnson. Okay, that's our show for this week. Bye-bye. We'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.